what is rich and what is being wealthy, right? So it is so much a state of mind kind of situation rather than a cash on hand kind of situation or the assets on hand kind of situation. I met a couple who are school teachers in Mumbai in a municipal school or slightly above a municipal school on very modest salaries, and they sounded very happy. I met the man, I know him for a very long time, and he sounded very happy. And I don't think that family has ever used money as a indicator of happiness. They've always been happy. They have a to be a modest 2 BHK in Ghatkopar, which was perhaps bought by him very long back. His parents used to stay with him. Now they are no longer there. This guy is very close to retirement. And so when you meet such people, you keep wondering that what is rich and what is the feeling of, what is the meaning of feeling rich. And well, I really don't know now. So let me look at some of the things that make you feel good, make you feel bad, and make you feel rich and make you feel not so rich. So what are those things? So one very important, so sounds very funny, is how rich or moneyed are your friends. So if you have friends who are very rich and very well off, which means your friends have money in terms of crores and big houses and big cars, that can make you feel that you're not so well off or you're not so rich, right? So first is friends, then of course it also depends on where you started. For somebody who started absolutely at the bottom, started in the gutters kind of a thing, for that person satisfaction can come earlier, but it's not always true, because some of these people feel that I've started from there and I have to reach the Everest, if not the sky. For such people it could get delayed, but largely yes, because you stand at a point in time and you look back and say, look, I've come so far. You can always look ahead and say I have to go so much further. That's a different thing. But when you have a longer distance to see behind, you feel that you've arrived, you've done something, because you've done better than your community, your family, your first cousins, whatever. So that comparative thing, though I think comparisons are stupid, the human mind keeps doing it anyway. How successful you are compared to your classmates, compared to your siblings, etc., right? So in a house with 5-6 siblings, it obviously happens that one or two do very well. Of course, in some cases 5 or 6, all of them do extremely well. That's a different thing. But when one or two do better than the others, the question is, you look around and see how your siblings treat you. So that's a very important feeling for people, saying how my siblings treat me, because they are taking a cue from how your parents teach you. So even within the house, within the house we talk of socialism, right? But even within the house, capitalism works. So question is, how do they treat you? Another funny thing is how your ex-colleagues have done, right? How your classmates have done and how your ex-colleagues have done. And something very funny or sad can happen. I know of a guy who was working in an NBFC, part of a big group, and he left because he felt his salary was less. 6 months later, that company gave out huge ESOPs, and each of those guys are sitting on ESOPs worth 4 or 5 crores, and this guy, that is what he missed. Maybe he got a slightly higher salary, but he missed this. These are things which make you feel miserable, but the thing is, how well are your friends doing? How well are your cousins doing? How well are your siblings doing? How well are your ex-colleagues doing, right? It's a combination of all this, though I do not agree to it. This is the truth about how the human mind works. Personally, I don't think you need to compare yourself. If you have enough for yourself, you're rich. You don't need to do anything more, but this is how the human mind compares, right? Your life, largely for most people, the problem is when life expectations run far ahead of the income that they are capable of generating, then you make yourself miserable. So when you don't do any of these things, first of all, stop comparing yourself. It doesn't matter. See whether you have enough food on the table, a roof over your head, and enough money to last for the rest of your life, a medical cover, and good health and wellness. you should be rich and you should be happy, right? That is the sign of being rich and being happy. Now, if you have created different sources of income rather than be dependent on one source of income, well, you are wealthy too. Thank you.